In the news this morning, security analysts have been reacting to the Ghana Statistical Service report, which revealed 1.8 million youth between the ages of 15 and 24 in Ghana are not in school or have any form of training and so are not employed. We'll tell you the implications. Also, educationists suggest stakeholder engagement towards free senior high school policy review, which has come strongly again in the last few hours after President Akufo-Addo called for a broad-based consultation on the matter. And Ghanaians are to pay more for fuel. When you head to the pump sometime this morning, you will be coughing up a lot more for fuel. And on the foreign front, UN nuclear experts inspect the Russian-held Savitofia power plant in Ukraine following a risky journey delayed by shelling near the site. Let's begin on the health note, because some 1,000 medical doctors have been sitting at home a year after completing their housemanship, and they say they are yet to be employed in spite of a shortage of doctors across the country in many districts and underserved areas. Here is Dr. Sebastian Sandari. He says this is a worrying phenomenon. We also hear from the Ghana Medical Service, which has been reacting to this.
It's something that is of concern to us, and we've been working with the Ministry of Health and Finance to see to the end of this unfortunate arrangement in place currently. It all has to do with the issue of financial clearance and the processes they will have to go through.
That's the confirmation from the Ghana Medical Association. Government has stated its difficulty in employing persons in the health sector due to financial difficulties. The Health Committee of Parliament says such an explanation is unjustified.
More than 1,000 young medical doctors who have finished their training, have finished their house job, who should be working to save lives, are sitting at home, unemployed. And I think that is a serious issue that as a country, as a people, we have to address. You don't finish house job and sit at home. A medical doctor, that is not allowed.
The Ghana Medical Association says the situation, if not addressed urgently, will have dire consequences for the country.
Majority of doctors and other professionals will have to be engaged by the state. That for us is good in the sense that at this point, we all know that the doctor-patient ratio in this country is nothing to write home about. Government kindly is on its agenda 111 projects, basically health facilities, and they will need professionals to work in there. So we were of the view that even training of professionals and engagement of same should be heightened. The more the delays happen, the more the younger ones get frustrated, the higher the likelihood that a lot more of them will join the bandwagon as far as brain drain is concerned. So these are key issues. And if you lose the professionals that you are training, then your healthcare delivery system itself also becomes compromised, because you don't have the right staffing norms to make sure that you provide the best of care and timely care as well.
Now, educationists have suggested to government to start engagement of stakeholders towards a review of a free senior high school policy. With more than 7 billion cedis spent on the program since 2017, heads of the Africa Education Watch and the Institute of Education Studies insist efforts towards resolving challenges facing the policy should include how to share the financial burden with beneficiary parents who can afford some level of cost payment.
In 2017, when the free senior high school program was introduced, government resolved to foot all bills, including feeding fees, tuition, and all charges for the over 420,000 maiden beneficiaries. A little over 5 years on, with some 1.6 million students having benefited and some 7.7 billion Ghana cedis spent, there are constant calls for some reviews to be done. In July, the Minister of Education insisted calls for review will not be entertained.
Free senior high school is non-negotiable if we are talking about how education transforms our society.
This stance has again been reiterated by President Akufo-Addo during a meeting with the new leadership of the National Union of Ghana Students.
There are some who are eager to curtail some of these important initiatives like the free senior high school policy. But I have a different view. I think that it's a public good. The benefits of it for the nation, for the society are obvious.
Despite this position, leading educationists are insisting a review of the policy's implementation is needed to ensure quality of outputs and its sustainability.
The president has received a complaint from the Catholic bishops. He has received a complaint from the Presby moderator. He has received a complaint from the Methodist Church. The religious bodies who own majority of our institutions, our secondary school institutions, have raised this issue with the president. So perhaps he has now gotten to the conclusion that it is for no reason that all these religious bodies who own majority of our senior high schools are saying one particular thing. They are singing a particular chorus. And if student leaders at the tertiary level will come and then have a discussion on this same issue with him, perhaps it is time for him to take a second look or reconsider his earlier stance that review means cancel.
We might need third parties to start organizing these kinds of consultations so that when the decisions are made, it will be forwarded to the ministry and then maybe they will take it from there. Because as it stands now, it will be some way if the ministry itself or the government itself comes out to say that they want to have a stakeholder consultation about the free SHS. You know the politics in this country.
Now, consumers of fuel will not only have to deal with paying more for water and electricity in the coming weeks, but also having to pay more for fuel with new prices kicking in. Manasseh Asproom of a business desk sampled some reactions of a cross-section of consumers in this report.
Thursday afternoon on the Osu Oxford Street, and checks reveal that indeed the announced increment in fuel prices have kicked in. Various fuel pumps visited had their prices increased, with slight variances in prices as some pumps priced higher than others.
September 1 is here, and the recently announced tariff increment take effect from today. Coupled with the current increase in fuel prices, I am here at the Osu Oxford Street to take consumer reactions on these.
I'm an Uber driver, but as for the fuel, it is very, very costly. It's affecting our business. Sometimes you buy fuel for about 200 Ghana cedis, then you work, all that you're able to make is 150 cedis. So it doesn't make sense.
I think the economy generally has become very difficult to live in, and it's generally hard for everyone. I think everybody is going through their own struggles and suffering, but we are all trying to manage.
I'm doing delivery service, and when I calculate the fuel I spend and I think about my salary, at times I get worried myself. We are having a big hardship there. Even yesterday I went to somewhere, I was having low battery and I said, oh, please let me charge. He said, oh, prepaid though, but I know that they have lights.
You have to work hard, save more money, buy more fuel, and work extra hard to get what you get for your family. You are paying for more for light also.
And what's that?
But even if we are paying more for light and other things and our pay is even increased, fine. But where the pay is the same place it is.
Some drivers spoke on the option of using electric cars on the back of the constant increment in fuel prices.
I feel like if somehow we can move to a system of electric cars, because I've been seeing electric cars on the road, so even if we can move to that, I know the electricity will increase, but maybe it could be better.
We have heard from consumers, and generally they are not happy. In the coming weeks, it shall be interesting to note how consumers are able to mitigate the effect of these increments on their pockets. Manasseh Aprum, 3 Business, Osu Oxford Street.
On the international front, UN nuclear experts have made their first inspection of a Russia-held Zaporizhzhia power plant in Ukraine following a risky journey delayed by shelling near the site. The head of International Atomic Energy Agency said he had seen what he needed to see. Rafael Grossi said the plant and physical integrity of the plant had been violated several times. The inspectors were accompanied to the plant by Russian soldiers. Russia and Ukraine have accused each other of trying to sabotage the mission. Zaporizhzhia in southern Ukraine is Europe's largest nuclear plant and was occupied by Russia soon after it invaded Ukraine in February. Now, be all for the morning news here on New Day. There's a lot more if you log on to 3news.com. New Day continues after this. Stay with us.